Good morning. Look at that pretty view. I haven't filmed a summer vlog yet, so I thought it would be fun to vlog what I've been up to. Basically, I have been working a lot. The first thing I've been doing is a remote internship with Stanford University. I've been working as a student life program assistant for the Stanford Pre-Collegiate Summer Institute. All of their summer programs that they've been doing, I have been on the student life part, checking emails, program planning events for the kids with other people. I've been working as a philosophy tutor. Right now I'm on break for that. And then I've also been working as an ESL tutor through a company called Ringle. The other thing I'm doing this week is working as a creative writing teacher for a local summer program that's happening. I interned there last summer and I had a fun time. So this year I came back as a creative writing teacher. It's only a week-long program and I'm working there Monday through Thursday teaching a morning class. And I'm really excited to see how that goes because today is my first day doing that. So I need to leave by around 10. Let's go get ready. I feel like in my Columbia vlogs, I'm always talking about my view out my window. This is my one from outside. I think it's really pretty. The sky is always so nice. My window's a little bit dirty, but just ignore that. But I love having like all this greenery out. And then there's me. Here's my other mirror in my really hot pajamas. It's pretty hot out here all the time. So I have this little green top and then I have some white pants. I think this is a cute fit since I'm teaching. I'm gonna wear these little earrings. It's currently mid-July when I'm filming this. I have about 2 weeks left of my Stanford internship, just this week for the writing one. And then in August, I'm going traveling. So hopefully I'll have lots of travel vlogs. I don't want to wear anything too dangly because the younger kids sometimes like to grab onto it. So this is just small enough where no one's gonna like pull on it by accident. I already washed my face and then I forgot to do anything to it. So before my skin gets all dry, I'm gonna do some stuff for it. I've been breaking out a little bit more since I got back home. I don't know if it's the heat or I'm just less active when I'm home. I feel like I break out less when I'm working out and I just haven't really been doing that now that I've been home. The sun has also been so hot, and even though I don't get sunburned when I'm back home, I still don't know, what all of that is doing to my face. And I've also noticed that I've gotten like a lot more freckles this past year. So I'm gonna go in with this SPF 15 sunscreen moisturizer. Before I leave, the one other thing that I wanted to do is submit some forms to Columbia Health. I'm currently in the process of getting my dorm room changed. I am just not super happy with where I was placed, and also, I don't think I've ever brought this up before, but I got super sick my first semester, and it was one of the reasons I wasn't posting as much. Just the lack of AC in my dorm mixed with the heat, and then mixed with like the rapid changes in temperature in New York, and then also mixed with the mold in the dorm because the dorm's so old. It gave me this infection and I was just coughing nonstop for over 5 weeks and nothing could help it. I also had requested AC for my dorm because I have a cello and my cello really needs to be in a temperature controlled environment. They did not listen to me and my poor cello ended up suffering for it, and so did I. So this time I filled out all of like the accommodation forms they asked me to. Buddy, what are you doing here? Hi. All right, I brushed my hair. I washed my hair yesterday, so it's been so nice and soft. Where am I going? This is the fit. You can't really see it, but shirt. You can kind of see the pants. I think they're both from Brandy Mobile, to be honest. Do you hear my cat under there? Bro, look at him. What are you doing, buddy? While I'm vlogging, are you for real? Hey. What is he doing? Oh my god. What? Here, do you want to go out? There you go. Okay, well that was really weird. Before I send that email out and pack my stuff up, I'm gonna put some perfume on. Look at this little bottle. It's so cute. There we go. Now that that's done, let's see if we can send this email out. So I'm attaching this verification form, which is from my primary physician and basically explains what my deal was. I successfully submitted the form and the email, so now I'm gonna pack up my stuff. I'm gonna bring my tripod with me, but I'm probably not gonna film while I'm working. Also, it's with kids, so I don't wanna film around them, that'd be weird. But I'm gonna bring my purse with me. I have my Kanken backpack that I'm gonna bring with me. I don't remember if it's cold in the building or not, so I'm gonna bring a sweatshirt just in case. My box for my tripod's also coming with me in case. Okay, and we're ready to go. Are you coming with me? Okay, I just got here. This parking lot is small, and this is also where I had my first ever like little accident over a year ago. So that was nostalgic trying to drive here, but I got here. I'm safe. I am gonna go ahead, turn the car off, go in and see what's happening. The lighting here is so nice. There's just always so much sun. I'm gonna miss this when I go back to New York. I didn't film inside, but the kids are really sweet. It's a good group. It was one of their birthdays, so I got a little brownie before I headed out. It's almost noon, so I'm gonna go ahead and drive home, but that was such a fun experience. They were actually really receptive. I'm probably gonna go get lunch at home now, so I'll see you when I get back. I finished having lunch and I start work with Stanford in about 10 minutes, so I'm gonna start getting ready for that. I have my earbuds. I have about 2 hours worth of meetings and programming with Stanford today, and then I have a meeting afterwards with an old professor. What I'm gonna go ahead and do right now is check my Stanford inbox. So the 2 events that I'm working on today are a virtual cafe, which is basically a place where the kids can come hang out, take a break from classes, just ask questions about anything, or we can play games with them. And then the other event is a discussion group for creative writing. So I'm mildly concerned about this because I need to come up with a good plan of stuff that we can do for this. So I'm gonna go ahead and take some time to brainstorm before the first event. For the program, we're using this software called InSpace, and I'll show you a little bit what that actually looks like, but this is just like the little welcome page, and I think it's really cute. As you can see, there's this little virtual space, and my bubble's right here. I can move around and hang out. Since this is like a virtual cafe, a place for the kids to hang out, I am gonna change the background to something kind of cozy before I start asking them questions and things like that. So I think for now, I like this little background. It's just really cozy and the kids can move around virtually. I like how even though this is online, there's definitely a very like realistic feeling to it where the students can come in and just relax. Hey everyone, I think we can go ahead and get started while we're still waiting for more people to come in.
Just to get everyone started, while we're waiting for more people to come in, we can play Rosebud Thorn. Have you guys played that before?
We just wanted to give you guys some time either to chat with one another or ask any questions that you have about anything.
Maybe we can like do a brief like intro about like our college, like what are some pros and cons about your uni campus, something to do on campus, which is really fun. There's lots of resources, lots of different lots of different study spaces, which comes in handy a lot.
Yeah, I think Columbia probably has the opposite problem where it's a pretty small campus. We're right in the middle of the city. So there's two bonuses with that. One is that we're a school in New York City, but we still have a campus, so we have our own space. But at the same time, it's in a really accessible area. So if you need anything, you can just like hop out, take the subway. I grew up in a suburb, so that was something that was very liberating for me, was to be able to walk wherever I needed to go or like have access to public transit like the subway, which is super convenient. I would say the con about it is sometimes you do get stuck on campus and you forget that you're actually in a city that you can go out and explore.
When did you guys know what you wanted to do to study / major in college? Benefit of like being marginally close to engineering disciplines, that it's still an option to go into that field, like post-grad.
I have known for a really, really long time that I wanted to do creative writing and music or like some sort of performing arts. Growing up, I was very like focused on what it is that I wanted to do. But definitely now that I'm in college and I have the option of like doing a double major or doing a concentration, I've had like new interests come to mind, but that's just happened through exploring different classes. Someone asked, what would you say was / is the most challenging aspect of your college life?
I think this is just a general like issue with colleges and not just specific to Stanford, but just like having a work-life balance.
When I got to college, it was a bit of a social shock for me to just like be around people all the time, and I definitely struggled with like being introverted during the first semester and like not knowing how to like go out and meet people. It was just about learning like a good balance between like having a social life but also spending enough time on my own to recharge.
Do you have any advice on how to figure out what you want to do in college? Definitely take as many classes and as many different like subjects as you can for your first few years.
I have pretty much the exact same advice. You don't have to declare your major until the end of your sophomore year, so you have quite a bit of time, and Columbia has a core curriculum where you have to take a lot of very specific classes in different fields, but the purpose of that is just so you can branch out and figure out what you're interested in taking.
What are some cool traditions in your college? Fountain hopping is a big one. Stanford has a lot of like different fountains around campus. So it's a big tradition to just, go with your friends, bring a speaker, some music.
One of the traditions we have is called the tree lighting ceremony. Columbia's campus is basically like a giant square, and then there are two main entrances like intersecting the square. It's like this big walkway with a bunch of trees. Then in December, they put a bunch of string lights around all of the trees and light it up, and it's this like really pretty moment. Everyone's standing outside. And then the second tradition that we have is in April. We have this thing called Bacchanal, and it's basically Columbia's version of Coachella. So they get a bunch of musical artists, and then everyone just goes and hangs out, and it's like this giant concert that's just open.
Like time to yourself, I feel like that's always been a challenge, but other than that, I feel like I've met a lot of people through dorms, a lot of friends.
It was hard for me to get used to because the bathrooms and everything were co-ed and I wasn't expecting that. But I ended up really loving like the people I was living with, and so I got really lucky.
Do you guys know when it's a good time to apply to colleges? Some people I know start at end of junior year, others start beginning of senior year.
The virtual cafe just finished. I think it went pretty well. They had questions about college, and then we played a version of Mafia called Werewolf online. So now I have an hour break before the next meeting. I wanted to get some materials ready since we're doing like a creative expression group. I was thinking it might be fun for them to create like an online collage of something that they're interested in. Canva has all these free templates that they could use to make their collages. So we have this like Valentine's Day theme one. We have like this vision board, a puzzle piece one. So I just thought it would be fun for the kids to like either look up photos of stuff that they're interested in or like use their actual photos to create something. We've been doing a couple of other things with them like related to writing and drawing. So I just thought that maybe something like this with pictures will be fun. I'm not really planning on leaving the house for the rest of the day, so I'm gonna put my pajama pants back on. There we go, I put them back on. You saw them this morning. Also, while I'm here, I have this game. It's called 1 Minute Rant, and I got this when I was in Houston with my mom. Also, should I make a Houston shopping haul video? But I went to Houston a couple weeks ago and I got a bunch of like clothing, dresses, because I'm also going to Rome in August for an opera camp. So of course I needed to get some Rome clothing. I needed to get a performance dress. Let me know if you want to see that video. But anyways, one of the things that I got was this 1-minute rant game. I think that this is going to be super fun to play. I haven't opened yet. It's still like this, but I got this with the intention of taking this back to Columbia. We just started working on the collage activity. They seem to be interested in it, so I hope it goes well. And I'm also gonna make one. I think I'm just gonna make one with like memories with my friends that I really like. So this is the template I picked out. I'm not sure why, but I really like the vintagey, film-y sort of vibe of it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and fill this in with a couple of pictures and let you know how it goes. I'm gonna check in with the kids in about 5 minutes, but this activity was such a good idea. It was so fun, and I know I said I was gonna make my collage about my friends or something, but I ended up making it about my favorite Broadway costumes and my favorite Broadway sets. These are basically like all the costumes I would love to wear, so I titled it Broadway Costumes Through the Decades, and I ended up making like 2 collages for it, so I'll just show you how it looks. Tell me this is not one of the most aesthetically pleasing things you've ever seen. I changed the background photo to the sunset photo I took at home the other day, and then here I had like Anastasia's costume. I had 2 Phantom of the Opera because that show just has amazing costumes. Something from the revival of Spring Awakening. I just like the style of clothing and the vibe. Then I have Philippa Sue in the revival of Camelot. Obviously, this is like one of the most beautiful costumes I've seen recently. A pic from the West Side Story movie, the original one, because I'm obsessed with her white dress in this. And then the second slide's a little more chaotic. So the background, you can't really tell, but the background is the theater where Moulin Rouge is. So on this slide, I have Hello Dolly's famous costume. I have the Phantom of the Opera chandelier. I have 2 pictures of Galinda's costume. I have her pink one that she wears in Popular, and then I have the iconic blue gown that we all know and love. Picture from Hamilton, more Philippa Sue, more Chrissy Altamira from Anastasia because that dress is amazing. This is the set from Rent. This is Anne Reiking from Chicago. Then I have Eponine. I think this may be Samantha Barks. It's either Samantha Barks or Lea Salonga. I can't see close enough. But then I have 2 photos from The Great Comet. Then I have a photo from An American in Paris, obviously. A photo from My Fair Lady. I think this is Audrey Hepburn. The set of Hadestown. The set of The Great Comet. Yeah, so these are my collages that I made for this fun little activity. So that event just ended, and now I'm immediately about to start my next meeting with an old professor from high school. So I can't get it in with this hand, but I will talk to you after that. So it's been quite a few hours since I last filmed. After my meeting, I ended up eating dinner, hanging out with my mom, and then calling some friends for a while. It's currently 11:20-ish, so I'm gonna go ahead and get ready for bed. Thanks for following me around today. Bye!